Hi, thank you for tuning in again. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and today we are just pulling some intuitive messages from Spirit for each of the signs. Earlier we did Leo and Virgo, and it went a bit longer than I had intended. I just want to spend a few minutes on each sign, but you know, Spirit's got its own agenda, so we'll see how this goes. We're going to try to do Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. I am using the Mythic Tarot, this deck here, which I've been working with for a few decades. Very well attuned to this one. My readings are not always the stereotypical or standard definitions of these cards, but more what I'm hearing from the imagery on the cards. Well, I guess I don't need to pick because we've got two jumpers here. We've got the Eight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. This is for Virgo. In addition to the Mythic Tarot, we're going to be pulling one of these animal spirit cards. Just need to shuffle that up. And these are just general messages for the week. Whenever you're seeing this is when you're meant to see it, and so if you're coming to this, you know, sometime after I've recorded it, which will probably be the case for some of you, there's still value in the messages here for you. This is again for Virgo. These ones are Animal Spirit, Wild Unknown Animal Spirit by Kim Kranz, and I love the artwork so much. They are new. I'm getting used to them. One more. So they're a little sticky, but let's see what we got for you, Virgo. Have rabbit. Really cute. What a cutie. All right. Please forgive the extra noise in the background. That's the air conditioning, and it is so hot here that we just have to keep it. So we have Eight of Cups came out first. Now this is, you know, it's sort of traditionally is this card of loss, and sometimes they call it the breakup card, like a relationship is ending. I don't really see it that way, but I do see somebody who's feeling kind of alone. You know, having sort of this dark night of the soul moment where, you know, there is some light, but her back is turned. Those cups, the 8 cups, they're still there, and they're still upright. They're not broken, but she can't see them because she has her back turned. In her mind is where the problem is. In her mind is where she is feeling desolate, alone, lost, without resource, without connection. So, Virgo, I guess I would say this week, are you feeling this way? Are you feeling like my friends aren't really my friends? Nobody at work really likes me. I don't have any hope that things are going to get better. We all go through phases like that. We all go through moments of brain chemistry like that. Some of us much more often than others. And I want to tell you that you are not alone, Virgo. And this will pass. It will get better. You have just to do what you can do in any given day, one step at a time. But do try to get plenty of sleep. Don't be up walking around all hours of the night, and I know that's easier than said than done sometimes when you have insomnia, but perhaps try a little melatonin, some sort of natural sleep aid. Take a hot bath just before bed so that your body temperature starts to drop and you are able to fall into rest a little bit more easily. Rest and water are probably two of the most effective free cures for what ails us. And not to tell you how to live your life, and if you don't have the energy to make yourself drink water or make yourself go to bed early, just do what you can. Each little bit will help you. And once you're well rested, your brain chemistry will start to even out again, and you'll be able to turn yourself around and see that those cups are still there. That's what I'm sensing for you this week, Virgo, that you're having a little bit of a crisis. You're feeling a little alone, kind of blue, melancholy, maybe just incredibly sad and you don't really even know why. And I would say one step at a time and do little things to take care of you, wherever you can fit them in. The Knight of Swords here, I see is very much a Gemini energy. And again, I don't necessarily read these according to the standard and traditional definitions of how these cards are meant to be read. I see different things in them based on what spirit is whispering in my ear. This is kind of cold, this card. The color scheme is pretty cold. Even in this dark card here, there's some warmth from that gold, but here I don't see much in the way of warmth. And maybe, you know, you're in a situation right now that's very intellectually demanding. It's requiring a lot of focus and attention from you. You feel like everybody else is able to do twice as much as you, and you just are very dispirited by that. You're feeling kind of down because of this overwhelm. And again, I'm just going to say, get some sleep if you can, drink some water, try to find little things that feed your joy and help your brain reset. And then I think you'll find that you're just as capable as this double man here on this horse. Your spirit animal, we have Rabbit. And this is a happy little guy, isn't he? Look at him. He's just got these bright eyes. He's so sharp. You could tell he's really smart. He's very attentive. His ears are straight up. His whiskers are wide out, taking in all the information he can. And he's ready to go. But he's not ready to run. He's ready to listen. He's ready to observe, ready to learn. Standing, as opposed to sitting like a rabbit normally would. So he's a little bit out of his element, maybe. He or she, I keep saying he, I don't know why, but maybe this message is for a Virgo male instead of a female, or maybe it's for a Virgo female who is encountering someone like this. I don't know. And this is too short a podcast to get into the whole question of gender fluidity, but masculine, feminine energies, when I say male and female, that's what I'm referring to. There can be masculine women and feminine men, and there are definitely people that don't associate with themselves to any particular gender. But this little rabbit, I keep calling him him. You can call the rabbit whatever you want. I think this rabbit is an energy, maybe a person, sensing more it's an energy of inquisitiveness, eagerness to learn, just taking in with all of your senses everything about your environment. And I think maybe rabbit is our key out of this situation. So think about that, Virgo. Think about how just being still and observing, resting your body and mind can improve your week. All right, Libra, let's see what we have for you. We are going to do some shuffling here for Libra. Again, if you didn't watch the earlier video, my intent, being a Pisces, who always comes at the very end of every reading, my intent with my channel, which is new, is to do these sort of intuitive communications. It's something I feel called to do. And I plan to do them each month, starting with the sign whose birthday is at the beginning of that month. So for this month, we started with Leo. And this reading is for Libra. Libra, we have the High Priestess. Libra. I will be hoping to do these videos each week. I do have a regular gig. I own my own company, so I have a little bit more flexibility than others. It took me a long time to get there, and I very much appreciate having it because it allows me to make time for things like this when I feel called to do something entirely different than what I do for work. So, I want to just say thank you so much for tuning in. I feel like there are messages here. I've always been very intuitive. I've always known things that I wasn't necessarily in any position to know, and about other people. And sometimes that's terribly, terribly inconvenient. But I'm feeling called now, with the changing of seasons and planetary energies of late, that I should be sharing what I'm observing from Spirit with someone, and in this case with you. Very interesting. You have the black egg, and I was just looking at the black egg earlier today because I pulled it when I was thinking about whether or not I should share these videos and this set of messages that were coming through for me. This card came up, this black egg. I'm going to kind of cover the black egg first, because I did recently read about it for myself. It's associated with the 5th chakra energy, okay? That being the throat chakra. That's communication. And it is about sharing your truth. You have had experiences in your life that have enlightened you, that have taught you very useful lessons, and it does the world no good for you to keep that inside and not share. And so this egg is about speaking with an authentic voice, Libra. So where in your life are you, despite your normal adventurous nature, holding back and not saying what needs to be said, not sharing your truth? It is about that truth that's inside you that is beyond all doubt, despite any sense of indecision that you might normally experience when you need to make choices in your life, Libra. This is about what you know beyond all doubt is true. And it's about you sharing that with the world. So, where are you not sharing your truth? For me, that question came up, and I said, well, I know I feel called to read tarot. I know I feel called to pull messages from the divine, and I've been doing it for decades. But I haven't been sharing it beyond just, occasionally with a family member or a friend, where I felt it could be helpful or they asked. And I feel in this case I need to put my truth out there for whomever it's meant for, and trust the universe in its divine synchronicity to bring the person to the message. And Libra, here we have this card for you. So what is your truth, and who do you need to share it with? It might not be starting a YouTube channel. It might just be having a simple, quiet conversation with somebody that's overdue. So think about that. The High Priestess is also about this great knowledge, right? She, in this deck, is Persephone. And the story of Persephone is that she spent half the year in the sunshine, in the harvest, in, the growing season, and then would go and spend the other half of the year in the underworld. And here in this imagery we have her stepping from this great lushness into the darker, hidden parts. And to me, what I'm hearing, what Spirit is telling me today for you, Libra, is that there's this journey that you need to take into some deeper parts of yourself, into your shadows. They're not to be feared. They are gifts. They are parts of you that have not had enough attention because society has told you that they're wrong, or they're not worthy of your time and attention, or it may be that they're bad even, that you're bad for having them. And I feel strongly that I must express to you it's not true. Spirit wants you to know we are whole beings. We have light and we have dark. And you need to look into your dark and find what it is in your dark that you are meant to be sharing with others to help them in their path. You have wisdom. You're denying it. You're not letting yourself see it. You need to take this journey. You need to start this journey this week, Libra, and find out what that truth is that you need to share. Kind of deep. Whoa. All right. Well, Libra, I'd say that's probably the most intense message so far this week. It's a good one, though. It's kind of exciting. You've got these whole other parts of yourself that you haven't explored. And Spirit is saying you need to share them because they are going to help somebody other than you. And that's pretty great that you get to be helpful in the world, that you get to be a teacher. We're going to do Scorpio now. Let's see what we have for Scorpio. I would love if you would leave comments. Again, this is I'm just starting this endeavor, this channel, and it's something I feel called to do, so it would be really helpful to know if any of this speaks to any of you. So if you could please leave some comments for me. If it does speak to you and you want to like the video, that would be great. If you want to subscribe, I'll be trying to do content every week, as much as I can find time for. We have 8 of Swords for you, Scorpio. And I think, yeah, so if you could leave some comments, let me know what you thought. Be kind. I am a Pisces. We're terribly sensitive and tend to cry about everything, so I guess if you thought it was a waste of time, just, you know, move on. Find somebody else who speaks to you, and I don't really need to know that you were disappointed. If you had some suggestions of types of readings you'd like to see, if there's, you know, if you'd like more information on any of the decks, I would be happy to help. So just leave me a note. For Scorpio, starting out a little bit stern there. Let's see what we got for your animal spirit. Stingray. So, let's see what we have here, Scorpio. Let's see what Spirit wants to say about this. I'm drawn to this bat wing for some reason. I don't know. It's like these muses over here. I mean, they've got Medusa hair, right? But I think that they're more like the crone imagery, right? I mean, they're the wise women that could fly off at any minute. I think there's some very informational aspect of your week, Scorpio, something you need to know that someone can communicate to you, and that ability for you to learn that is going to come to a quick end. So you really need to be like this character here, even though we've got this big stern angel over here wanting attention. This character is paying attention to these 3 ladies, and I think that's what you need to do. You're in this situation, right? It's kind of precarious. You're like blocked in on all sides by demands and, you know, sort of information. I see that as information. You've got someone here expecting you to pay attention and to give them answers, but you need to get the answers first. And whoever you need to get those answers from, they're not going to be around that long. So this is someone who's visiting your office maybe, or your work site, or someone who is given their notice and they're going to be leaving your job, and you're trying to get the information you need from them so you can sort this all out and make this person over here look a little less sternly at you. That's kind of, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hearing, that there's some sort of work situation. It's not a personal situation, it's a work situation. And there's a resource, some person, probably a person, I think. You know, it could be a database, right, that's about to crash. I don't know, but I feel like it's a person that you need information from so that you can deal with the situation best and make this person happy. It's your boss. And the stingray just has a nice warm energy, right? But just a small warm energy. I get this. It's starting to be. There's a potential there. There's a hope. There's this warmth in the darkness, and just moving straight ahead. And I think that what I'm sensing here is that if you're able to successfully get the information you need, you do have a hope that that is going to make this whole stingray just light right up, right? It's going to dispel all the darkness, all the worry, Scorpio, if you can get the answers you need from this resource to move forward. Then things are going to start rapidly improving. Okay, so that is Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. We will be back. I will be back. I say we, but I mean I will be back to do a Sagittarius and Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay? Thank you for tuning in. It is a Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and I very much appreciate your likes and subscribes. Thank you.